Hello, accountability partners. David Halpern of Mastery Consulting. I want to talk about the book Perk Your Sphere by Liz Johnson. Perk, P-E-R-K, Your Sphere by Liz, L-I-Z Johnson. You can pick it up on Amazon because it is about the simplest and database marketing program I've ever seen. Wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. So basically, Liz is a real estate professional up in the Pacific Northwest who says, I don't like door knocking, I don't like cold calling, I love meeting people, I hate asking for referrals. What do I do? And over time, she stumbled into this wonderful program, kind of a rewards program for people. And I know I've shared this a lot recently, but I'm going to share it again because in Robert Cialdini's wonderful marketing book from the 1980s called Influence, he talks about the 6 marketing weapons of influence, the things you can do to get others to say yes subconsciously without even thinking. And his number one law is the law of reciprocity. If you give people gifts or extend invitations or perform favors, people want to do something in return in kind for you. So that's why this book by Liz Johnson really captured my imagination, because Liz said basically I created a rewards program that incentivized people to send her referrals. Here's how the program works. Basically, I'm going to do a little, quick back of the envelope for you. She created 2 tiers. She went to originally 110 people, and then she built it up to 220 over time in her database and sent a letter that explained the program, mailed it to all of them. The next week sent them an email that explained the program. The next week texted all of them explaining the program. She did it 4 weeks in a row to announce the program. By the way, one of those weeks she made phone calls to everybody and said, hey, did you get the letter? Did you understand the program? Can you give me some recommendations for the gifts or for the events? So here's how the program works. On the first of each month, she emails everyone in the program. She picked, again, 110 people in the beginning. I would text, by the way, and said, here is the offer of the month for you. What's the offer of the month? It's a free gift, but it's a pop in, not a pop by. In other words, people have to call in to claim the gift, and she has an assistant managing all of this program. So the assistant's the one taking the phone calls, scheduling appointments for people to come to her office to pick up the gift. So let's say it's a dozen long stem roses, or as one of my clients recently did, a $50 AMC gift card, right? So now you don't buy 150 or 110 whatever gift cards. You only buy a small selected number. And the first people to call in get those gifts. So, for example, David Elston, who I work with, who had the AMC gift cards, only purchased 6 of them. But something like, I believe it was 14 people called up and said, hey, can I get the gift? And David said to the first 6, come on down. Here's the appointment. Come on down and meet me. And for the other 8, he said, by the way, on the 1st of next month, look out for the message. It's going to come through at 9 a.m. and jump on it if it's something you want, right? So what you're getting is the law of reciprocity. It's the feeling that you're from everyone, that you're giving them all a gift every month on the 1st of the month, but you're not actually investing in that many gifts. And not everybody claims it because not everybody wants to come and pick up every month's gifts. So in a way, it has some breakage in it in terms of the cost, if that makes sense. But you're making everyone feel like you're doing nothing but a nonstop gift giving program, right? Now, here's the key. In all of the communications, it says, if you wish to become level 2 of this program, if you will, then send me a referral. And a referral simply means you've gotten somebody's permission that they're interested in meeting with me. And if I meet with them in person, doesn't matter what happens after that, then that's considered a referral. And I send you a Starbucks gift card preloaded with $10 on it. And every month, I also load for 6 months $10 on it each month. So then the person ends up keeping the gift card or the Starbucks card in their wallet. Now, today, Starbucks.com allows you to upload a logo onto a card for $150, one-time fee. So you can create your own Starbucks card with your own logo. So when you're giving it to people, they're literally carrying around your card with your logo for 6 months. You don't put the whole $50, $60 on in one shot. You'll reload it every month because then it forces them to keep the card for that 6-month period. Now, here's what's cool. At the end of the 6 months, if they don't use the card, you can go into your Starbucks.com account and take the money out of their account, put it back in your account because you've set up a master account and created these additional cards. And when they do use the card, you're getting the points because it's your master account. It's very cool stuff. So in other words, there's breakage in this. There'll be a little less cost, but the feeling of reciprocity with everyone. It also says in all of the communications that if you send another referral during this period of time, by the way, we'll add an extra $25 onto the Starbucks gift card and extend it out for 6 more months with reloads. Now, what happens if you don't send me another referral in that 6-month period? You go back to just the first level. You'll always still have access to the first level fund, which includes communications on the first of every month with the free gift offer. And by the way, she does free gifts on the first of every month, but a few months a year, she does an event instead. For example, she invited people to a date night where they came to a tavern and got a drink coupon for 2 drinks and 2 free movie tickets for the theater across the street. And she met them all at the tavern and gave them the schedule of movies. So what you're doing, by the way, she says that all the communications are on the first of the month, of course, right? And on the 15th of the month, she emails them some kind of market analysis, and she's in the real estate profession, so it's market analysis with home values and stuff like that in the community. And she said it's amazing. Nobody's ever unsubscribed. Why? Because they want to stay in the program so they can keep getting the free gift offers. The power of gift giving. Last story on law of reciprocity. When my brother-in-law asked me for help and consultation with his real estate business when he was struggling a couple of years ago, the first thing I had him do was take 125 people from his database, and I made him swear to me that he was going to deliver gifts for 30 straight days. True story. Are you ready? He literally went to Krispy Kreme every day. This was back in Ontario Mills in Ontario, California. Picked up a couple dozen boxes of old-fashioned donuts in the Krispy Kreme box with the big transparent bag, right? And he went and delivered those donuts to 3 or 4 families a day. He didn't do the whole list of 125 families. I think he got through about 75 or 80 in that 30-day period. Please listen to me carefully. True story. In 45 days, he had 3 buyers in escrow, and all he did was deliver donuts, wear his polo shirt from his company, name tag, etc., that sort of thing. And you know what happens? You bring a gift to somebody's home, they invite you in, it's socializing for 30, 40 minutes. Every session was like that. He ended up with 3 transactions, which was half of the prior year's volume. The power of gift giving, and you don't even need to talk business, but make sure you're wearing the polo shirts, the name tags, so people know exactly where you're coming from, but just socialize. Gift giving is powerful. So back to Perk Your Sphere, maybe pick up that book online on Amazon and have a look at it, but it's a relatively simple program to administer, and it will really get your database moving. Hope this is helpful, folks. My question for you today is, what one action will you take in order to improve your database marketing based on what we just talked about?